the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. For the Cavaliers, one of the things they'd like to accomplish, getting good shots. Maybe easier said than done. Defenses are quick to adapt, but they know that that's what gives them the best chance to win. With certain players, it's like having a coach on the floor. We're talking Chris Paul. Shaq, what's it like playing with a point guard that smart?
Well, Paul knows exactly what needs to happen in every situation. He remembers patterns and tendencies of players and of opposing teams. Very smart point guard.
Yeah, you can't let your team lose focus, and he does a good job of that. The team plays with a purpose when he's on that floor.
Now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as tip-off approaches.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris Paul is among the greatest. Now, he says, I have a scary passion for basketball. I study it, I watch it all day, every day. I'm not the most athletic guy, so I have to use my mind and my knowledge of the game. Kevin, he is a professor out on the floor.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. And tonight, Clark, two veteran clubs facing off. Mentally, we should see very few breakdowns either way.
Yeah, I like the way you put that, Kevin, because you're talking about experience, preparation, and mentality. And those are on display with these teams. They don't beat themselves. That's what you're basically saying. These are teams that you have to beat. So it should be fun to watch this matchup.
The good ones always pride themselves in being prepared in all ways, don't they?
Yeah.
For every game, as many as there are.
No question. And the other thing is when you're a veteran team, you're an experienced team that has some talent, it pains you when you give games away.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. P.J. Tucker is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Gordon in at the small forward position. Harden, that's good.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score. And, you know, P.J. Tucker drafted back in 2006. Wow, that's a dozen years ago already. But, you know, he spent a handful of seasons in Europe early on refining his game. A good move for him. Came back with a three-point shot that's become the foundation of his offensive arsenal.
Now here's Harden. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. Took him no time at all on that one.
That's platinum-level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Sexton. He kicks to Love. Lock at 6. From deep. And the three ball is good. Love's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
Harden, no good. And here's Sexton. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for Cleveland. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Houston making a switch here. He hits both from the stripe.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release. Mark it up.
To the inside, and the dunk by Capella.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
Clarkson taking his time here. Here's Dellavedova. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Rockets on top. They're up by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. We have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, Austin Rivers is out there with Gerald Green. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's House and at the 3 spot.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden, who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
And it's Dellavedova missing. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Amon Shumpert's checked in for Capella. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Shumpert against Knight. A drive by Shumpert. And they pick up 2.
Good job. Nice job by Faried to lay into that defender. Put some wood on him with that screen.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now Sexton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 5 to shoot. Shot it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. There was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
This second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak sauce, period. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My wife and I toured that recently. It is worth the price of admission. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And when everyone's keying on you, you have a choice. Become passive or just work that much harder. He consistently chooses the latter.
And, you know, Greg, that's the kind of effort you see from great players. I mean, the will, just unrelenting will, not backing down.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The forwards are Osman and Love. Sexton is out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Larry Drew. Now here's Paul. Capella kicks to Harden. On the wing, Gordon. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 3.
You know, watching Kevin Love, he's really got a ton of tools at his disposal offensively. We know he can shoot it. We know he can post it, but his off-ball movement has also improved. Love has molded himself into a dynamic scorer.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Osman, the pass to Sexton. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Connects in the foul line jumper. Sexton's got the first basket of the second half here for Cleveland.
A dangerous scorer from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
And the basket by Harden.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
Thompson finds Knight. Back to Thompson. Harden against Knight. For the tie. The Rockets pull it in. Paul passes to Harden. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Rockets on top, up by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets, the engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Then there's Gordon. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 4 spot. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Paul. 6 points for James Harden.
Now, you got to remember that Harden has a quick trigger, staple gun quick. This guy is looking to score as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Now, here's Sexton. The pass to Chris. Here's Osman. Drains the three-pointer.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
You know, Greg, I think that might have been intentional. Perhaps was not an accident because he's typically not the guy that's taking that shot at this stage of the game. That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. They get a hand on it. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Zizic has checked in for Cleveland. Fareed's checked in for Houston. .107 left to play in the final quarter. Gets the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
Harden against Clarkson. Fades away. Jacks up a 3. Frames it from downtown.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They trail by 5. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Zizic. And Kevin Love has subbed in for Larry Nance. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock. Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
Now, here is Harden. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time. And they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Let's face it, really difficult to find an open 3 in this situation. Look, there's no secret. It's the only shot that'll save him. So the D is all over the perimeter guarding that three-point line.
And taken away by Paul, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, I tell you, it's a treat watching Harden play. I mean, he's so fluid in his shooting form, but he's also sensational driving inside and a capable passer as well. This guy's got it all.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. You know, our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.